How's it going, guys? Matt PT5 Whiskey Guy here, and how do you move on from how good that bonder was? So, we do with the full proof. And normally I really enjoy higher proof whiskey, so we're gonna find out if that's the case today. So this one is 125 proof. The story behind it is this is Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's bottled at the same proof that it enters the barrel. Bold and robust is 125 proof Kentucky Straight Whiskey. Unveils hints of chocolate, brown sugar, spice, and so this is meant to be sipped and savored. So the bonder was real amazing. I really enjoyed that one. That was my favorite so far. So can the full proof compete with that, or can the full proof be the main winner of the whole benchmark lineup? We'll find out today. So let's get this in the glass and let's try it out. Let's kill it down to every single last drop. And this is the one I have lived the most of, so if it's the best, it's gonna be even better because I got extra. So let's give it a try on the nose. On the nose, surprisingly, this is the most muted one. Maybe it's just I'm not getting nothing crazy out of it. You do get some sweetness to it. I get a little bit of a vanilla bean. Something's giving me a bit of a tart sweetness, kind of like if you get a sour candy. That's like sweet then sour. I'm getting a little bit of a baking spice again. Something's giving me some real nice sweetness, but not overpowering sweetness. Like if you're into desserts and you want something that's not too sweet where it burns your palate out and you're like, this is too sweet. You want something that's nice, rich, mellowed out a little bit. It's got creaminess, it's got nice sweetness to it, nothing overpowering. I think this is the nose. That's what the nose is giving me so far. Let's give it a try. So far on the palate, it's very rich, creamy, a lot of oak, a lot of vanilla. That finish is nice, but the finish ends a little bit sour in a sense of like you get that sweetness from the palate, but then it ends sour on the finish. Like adding a little bit of too much salt and pepper to a really good food. It's got a little bit of basically if you crushed up peppers and you crushed up sea salt on the finish. The finish so far, it was good, but then it ended off a little bit too much, basically. And so far, what I'm getting out of this one, out of the full proof, it's just a little bit too much on the finish. It's like, it wants your attention, but in a very, very bad way. Like, it's like, hey, you need to pay attention to me. And you're just like, you don't know what to do. You're like, oh, okay, yes, I'm listening. It's, you get a little bit of the youthfulness as well on the palate and the finish. It's giving me some stuff to talk about. It's giving me stuff to like, hey, here I'm here. It's commanding my attention. But I wouldn't say it's as much well-rounded as the bonded is. So far, I'm thinking the bonded is a little bit better just because it's more well-rounded. I do like the proof on this one though. I think it hits real good at that proof. And I think it's a killer pour at under 30, because under 30 I think it's a killer pour. If you can find the full proof under 30, jump on it. It's pretty good, and it's got enough to command your attention, and it does more than other whiskeys at that price for the even less proof. It's really good. It's just not, I just prefer the bonded, honestly. I think the bond is more well-rounded, has more going on with it, and it's better overall. You get a better nose, you get a better palate, you get a better finish. Well, this one to me so far, it has the best finish out of all of the 5 in the lineup, but the nose didn't give me too much. The palate gave me some. It gave me more than the other first few, but it just felt like it was missing something. And then the finish was just like I said, the finish was the best out of the full lineup. But so far, if I was to rate my best one out of the full lineup, I think the bonded is the one you go for. Like if you have a choice out of the 5, bonded every single day of the week. Bonded is the one to go with, but this one's a happy second. If you miss out on the bonded, but like, hey, we got the foolproof, you're not missing out. You're not mad about it. I think you're doing well. But you know, it's just up to preference. I really enjoy the bonded more, but I think people really like the foolproof as well. And out of those 5, the bonded and the foolproof are the ones delivering the most out of anything. So if you were to aim for something, I think those 2 are the ones you need to aim for. The bonded and the foolproof are the ones that are going to give you the most. And then if you want like a 3rd place kind of, I would go for small batch or single barrel. And then 4th place will be split between those 2. But then if you wanted like a designated 4th place, I'd probably go top floor or small batch, or actually small batch. And then the last place would be top floor. It just, the top floor wasn't giving me enough. Maybe it might be the proof, I don't know, but the top floor was missing something. It just didn't have enough like compared to the rest. But my lineup for the benchmark would be top floor, small batch, single barrel, bonded, or I mean foolproof then bonded. Sorry. And that's the lineup I would go with. And so I'm gonna repeat it again. So it's gonna be top floor, small batch, single barrel, bonded, or foolproof then bonded. So that's the lineup I would go with. I like this foolproof. I'm so torn between the both bonded and foolproof. That's why I'm kind of messing those so much. But I'm torn between those 2. But just the bonded is so well rounded compared to this one. This one is screaming for attention, but it's missing certain things. It's just missing certain things that could make it way better. But yeah, either one of the 2. If you get the bonded, if you get the foolproof, you're not doing yourself bad. You're not doing yourself injustice. I think you're getting 2 really fantastic pours. But my preference is on the bonded. So, cheers, guys.